I get a lot of questions about fasting and the problems that come up with it. Here's some of the more common ones that I get. Medications. What do I do about my medications? There are definitely some medications that can cause problems on an empty stomach. The most common would be iron, aspirin, metformin, and certainly the diabetic medications and some of the blood pressure medications too. It's important to consult with your physician and see what needs to be done about it. Particularly for diabetics on medication, it's important to have very close medical supervision. Hunger. This is probably the number one concern from everybody. What I do, I'm gonna be so hungry. Well, hunger comes in waves. It's not continuous. And what you need to do is you need to just ride out those waves. So if you drink a big glass of water, a nice big cup of coffee or green tea, by the time you finish, the wave will have passed and you won't be hungry anymore. You can also use things such as cinnamon or chia seeds to help you as well. During longer fasting periods, many people report that the hunger starts to dissipate after a couple of days as the body becomes used to feeding itself through its own fat. It's important to stay busy because as you stay busy, you're going to be able to keep your mind off your hunger. Does it work for women? Absolutely. I'm not sure where this came from, but there's a lot of people who think that it doesn't work equally for women. In fact, all the studies and in all our clinical experience, we see no difference between men and women. They seem to have the same benefits. To be clear, women get problems with fasting, but so do men too. There's no difference, and it works just as well. Can I exercise during fasting? Definitely yes. In fact, many people consider it an ideal time to be exercising. Your body is burning through its fat, and because of the hormonal changes, because of the increased adrenaline and increased growth hormones, in fact, your workouts can be better than they've ever been. Many elite athletes train in the fasted state. Will fasting make me tired? It's the exact opposite in our experience. Let me tell you a story. We had a lady come in because she wanted to lose some weight. She dragged herself in through the door. She could barely make it from the door into my office. So we put her on a program. We introduced a low-carb diet. We put her on intermittent fasting. And when I saw her a month later, her husband said, "I can't even keep up with her anymore. She's walking so fast, I can't even keep up." Her energy was through the roof because her body's able to supply herself with all the energy she needs. So most people actually feel more energetic while fasting. I get dizzy when I fast. What can I do? Often that's a sign of mild dehydration. When you're fasting, you're taking a lot less salt than you normally do. So sometimes it's important to take some extra salt. You can put some more salt in your broth or you can just take it separately. You have to check your blood pressure in case your blood pressure is going down too low and check your medications to make sure that that's not causing the problem as well. I get headaches when I fast. This is very common. It happens to a lot of people. It happened to me as well when I started to fast. Nobody really knows the reason why, but it seems that it may be also due to salt deficiency. So make sure you take enough salt and make sure you stay well hydrated. And they tend to be self-limited. That is, after the first 2 or 3 days, the headaches tend to go away. What do I do about constipation? Well, this sort of makes sense. If there's less food going in, there's probably going to be less food coming out. What can you do about it? Well, during the days that you're not fasting, you can consider increasing the amount of leafy greens and increasing the amount of fiber you take. If you have still problems with constipation, you can talk to your physicians about stool softeners or laxatives. Heartburn. What can I do? The stomach acid sometimes comes back up through the esophagus and causes burning that people experience as heartburn. If there's no food in there to absorb that acid, this can be a real problem. What can you do about it? One of the things you might consider is putting some blocks under your bed to raise the head of the bed. Antacids are available, or you could speak to your doctor about taking some prescription for the heartburn. Cramps. What can I do? This is usually a sign of magnesium deficiency. You can take magnesium supplements, there's magnesium tablets, and you can also take magnesium oil. Another way that's very good is to take Epsom salt baths. Epsom salts are salts that contain magnesium. They're also sometimes called Dead Sea salts. You can buy them at the pharmacy anywhere. Take a half a cup to a cup, put them in a warm bath, and soak in the bath for about half an hour. The magnesium will absorb through the skin and help prevent these cramps. One final thought. Yes, there are problems that come up with fasting, but most of them we can deal with, and many of them will just go away by themselves. Fasting, like anything else, gets easier the more you do it.